Black Ass Podcast with Hadia Robinson. Bono, bono, ba-bono, boom, ba-dum. Hey, Cheryl, all right, I see you, girlfriend. Ba-bono, bum, ba-dum. Hey, man, get your ass out the street. Ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. Who goddamn kids is these? Yo, what up? Welcome to Black Ass Podcast. It's Hadia Robinson. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe Black Ass Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and of course follow the podcast on Facebook and Twitter. All right, so this episode is gonna be extra black ass. In honor of Barack and Michelle, man, so we just had the final debate, and I feel like now it's solid in me that Barack and Michelle are on their way out. Not to mention just how hard they just went in this last state dinner. Like they were so black. I was just like, yeah. Like it wasn't even just their clothes, just Barack and Michelle have progressively gotten black as hell as it's gone along, right? So the first state dinner, you would see them and they would come out and they would stand straight back and like, hi, welcome to the, like almost like Home and Gardens was coming for the state dinner or something. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you go back through the state dinners, Barack got just way more and more and more swag. Like this last one, I felt like he came out the White House like, what up? It was almost like you was coming to his regular ass house and he ain't seen you in a long time and y'all went to college together or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, It was amazing. And Michelle Harris just gotten progressively more black girl. You know what I'm saying? Like before, not that it was never black girl because she's black, so her hair is always going to be, but you know what I'm saying? Like the swoops got more swoopier, right? Like the cut got more like, it was almost like, you know, I'm going to get it done. It's going to be right, but it's got to be, you know, acceptable, right? And then now it's just like, you know, I felt like she just did one last spray of Luster Silk, pink moisture oil spray on her hair. Like, hold on. Shh. Like right before she walked. So it's a whole cloud. It's just a cloud of oil sheen right in the doorway. You know what I'm saying? Like every black girl know what I'm talking about. Right before you go out, you like, hold on. Shh. Shh. Right? Because you got to be glistening. Okay? Her hair was glistening. Yeah. Yes, like that. Yeah, that was ancestor approved. Like I felt like Madam C.J. Walker was in heaven. Like yes, that's what I recreated the straightening comb for. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of the first family and all that black ass goodness, it's reported that Mama Robinson, that's the grandmother, that's Michelle Obama's mother, Robinson, right? Okay. Maiden name Robinson, Michelle Robinson, my cousin. Okay. I'm just trying to point it out for all the people out there that think I be joking and stuff like that. Michelle is my cousin. Anyway, it's fine. So many haters in the world. So it just came out that Mama Robinson, who her real name is Marion Robinson, but because we cousin, I call her Mama. Okay, boom. She's 79. She will receive a lifetime pension of $160,000 a year, right? When she leaves the White House next year. Hell yeah. And of course, you know, haters, by that I mean Republicans, are like, well, she shouldn't get a pension for something as simple as taking care of the family. Meanwhile, them same people will be like, taking care of the family is the hardest. Right. So whatever. Anyway. So of course, that will be their biggest like complaint is that why are we paying her to take care of her family? But here's the thing. First of all, I can't even imagine the kind of shit that they go through and just trying to keep some type of normalcy for these little girls. Barack and Michelle can't do that. I mean, of course, first of all, Michelle don't look like she played at all, right? But I'm just saying, if you turn on YouTube and you see your mama dancing with Bruno Mars and kicking it with Beyonce, and your dad is, of course, the president, you need that kind of level. You need another entity in the house to get you all the way together. And Marion Robinson looked like, when she say go to bed, baby, everybody going to bed. Barack going to bed, Michelle going to bed, the kids going to bed, security going to bed, goddamn Secret Service going to bed, the secretaries, all the lights going off. Let Mama Robinson say it's time to go to bed. You will go past the White House, the outside lights to be off. She just don't look like she play. I'm telling you, if she tell you she about to get a belt, she's gonna get a belt. And you will be straight 40, 50 years old and she will bust your ass. So, but I think, yes, absolutely. She should get her money. And I know it's not something that, has happened in a long time, but it has happened, right? So back when Eisenhower was president, the mother of his wife, Mamie, Mamie Eisenhower, Mamie sounds like he had a black wife. I'm just saying. But, and the mama name was Elvira. I'm not interested enough to look up their, genealogy or whatever like that. But she was the grandmama. She lived in the White House along with President Eisenhower. So for anybody that feel like, wait a minute, go back and get into your history books. But yeah, and the whole idea of she shouldn't get paid because she absolutely should. Just like Kendu can get a $3,000. Oh, don't let me go back. Anyway. But for the rest of her life, she will get $100,000 something. Wait, let me get the exact number. $160,000 a year to, she's used to a certain lifestyle. So yes, come on, Mama Robinson, and get you a $8,000 a month chef. I see you, boo. Yes. And what? No, it wouldn't be that much. You'll probably just have somebody come by the crib every once in a while and make you something that lasts you a couple of days. Might have somebody come over there and throw a couple of things in the crock pot. Anyway. But I think that's great because, leave it up to Social Security, she would be out here struggling. I just read that Social Security, it's going up $4, 0.3% for, but if you mad about it, then look to Donald Trump because he is not paying his federal taxes. And if you are confused, federal taxes go to programs like Social Security. So when these rich ass companies or these rich billionaires brag about skating through the loopholes and all that stuff, just know that they are not doing their part to uphold this nation and not being good citizens and whatever. But it's almost over, man. And, we had the last debate and it's been going on so long. It's almost just like, okay, fine. You know what I mean? Okay, let's just get it over with. I'm over the entire thing. I'm over the fact that we have a moron that even got to the highest office. It's almost like when you go into a store that you spend a lot of money for. I don't know what it is. Let's say you go into a spot like a high-end store, but the person working there is so ignorant. It makes you mad that you even give them money. It's almost like, why? You shopping there and them working there brings your status down as a person. It's like, wait, what? How did you get a job here? No, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want people to even know that I come here and the fact that you work here. No, no, thank you. No. Matter of fact, cancel my account. I'm never coming back here again. But I think he sealed the deal that he's not going to be president. Never, a lot of people are like saying he conceded, but I can't even see him conceded just because he's that conceited. You know what I'm saying? Like he would not have, no. So although it sounded like a concession, it wasn't, because he's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So, but what did it, and I think did it for any of them suburban white chicks that's still on the fence, you know what I mean? When he was like, "You're a nasty woman." He was like, it was almost like bitch was right on it was right there, but and I'm sure his team was off to the side. His Olivia Pope, Kellyanne, I know she was off to the side like, oh God, please don't, But he held it together. But nasty woman, we know what he meant. He said nasty woman, and kudos to him for holding in his misogynistic, that whatever. But I know what you wanted to say, Donald. Your mouth, it was right there. And so, would anybody else peep that in the beginning he was very like, it was almost like he was over it. It was just like, yeah, what up? But then I think like midway through his whatever what's the thing called they give you, like Ritalin, whatever, his Ritalin ran off. It ran out. And so then the turn up came back. The ADD came back. So it was almost like how on the A-Team with Mr. T, when they would have to get him on a plane and they would drug him every time, which always was like, first of all, how you a black dude rolling around with a bunch of white people and letting them drug you and being okay with it? Like, this is in the 80s. You are not that far removed from the 50s, from slavery, bruh, and you just okay with white people drugging you and you just still rocking with them every time? Nah, something ain't right with that. Like, at a certain point, you just not gonna drink no more of they drinks. You just, like, they like, here, Mr. T, let's toast, and then he knocked out. You don't wake up like, every time y'all motherfuckers about to, anyway. So, I felt like the drugs run it. I'm sorry. I'm so turned up and I'm so tired, but they wore off. I kept wanting to say ran off, like how Donald Trump said bigly, like it was a word. Woo! Ba-ba-dum-bum-ba-dum. That's gonna be my transition when I go into other stories. Woo! All right, so let's get into these crazy stories. I just got somebody tagged me in a post to Mary J. Blige's a breakdown of what she's gonna have to pay her husband in the divorce, or what he's asking for. So it's not he's not necessarily, she hasn't agreed to give it to him yet, but this is what he's asking for. And I get it. Negotiations, he probably went way high so she can meet him at a certain place. But this is disrespectfully high. So Mary J. Blige, the one that sung that terrible song to Hillary Clinton and made everybody upset and just completely uncomfortable. Boom. She's divorcing her husband of a long time, Kendu. I'm not sure how many years they've been together. Shit, it's been over 10 years, I think. Yeah, it's definitely been over 10 years. So they're finally getting a divorce, which means, yay, some good Mary J. Blige music is coming down the pipeline. But, because I'm sure she's angry writing some songs right now. Kendu, her husband, who they don't have any kids together, they don't have, and who, let me break it down what he asking for. Kendu, y'all, is asking for $8,000 a month for a private chef. $8,000 a month for a private chef. Bro, what? $8,000 a month for a private chef? Number one, no. I'm not paying somebody to come to your house and cook for you and whatever thoughts and hoes you bringing by to have dinner with while you going through whatever you going through to replace me. No. That's going to be an absolutely hell no, right? Then this man, y'all, is asking for $3,200 a month for a personal trainer. Bro, what are you training for? You down there 50 years old. I'm not paying $3,000 for nobody to train you so you can get in shape to be in shape for another bra. But $3,000, like, is that what personal trainers are getting paid for real? Like, per month? He can't get no broad off of Instagram? No. $3,000? Who you about to play for, the Lakers? Nah, bro. No. Are you going to train at the Staples Center? Like, are you paying not only for the trainer, but are you paying to, like, are you renting out the Staples Center for that hour every time you train? Like, what is no way. There are plenty of good trainers that will train you for like $200 an hour. And I'm being extra generous right now because you down there 60, bro. No. He only wants $1,000 for a clothing allowance, which I feel like that's a little bit of low self-esteem right there. Like, or do you think you know what? Maybe it's not. Maybe he think he that fine where he like, once I get in shape from this $3,000 trainer, I'm not wearing no clothes. Maybe this is the $1,000 allowance is just for draws, draws and baby oil. And that's what he should be in, $3,000 a month. But okay, I'm gonna bring it back. Then he wants y'all $5,000 to continue paying his parents each month. Are your parents in the mob? Why are you paying your parents $5,000? Is that something that rich people do? I need to be prepared for this. Is this what rich people do? Like, once you get to a certain status, you got to pay your parents for having you or something? Like, this makes zero sense to me. 5,000. And that's your mama and daddy. That ain't my mama and daddy. I mean, they was my mama and daddy for a while, but then we got into it. And once we break up, we are done. Your mama and daddy are dead to me. That's just how I get down. That's how I feel like the rules of breaking up should actually be. If you got the balls to ask me for a $3,200 trainer a month, we definitely don't like each other. And I definitely don't rock with you and your mama and your daddy. No, I don't. I don't like them, and they know I don't like them. So there's no way on this green earth that I'm about to pay you. Then y'all, disrespectful. He want another $5,000 to pay for 2 kids that he got with a whole other broad. These ain't even Auntie Mary J. Blige kids. Y'all, here, let me just. This is, So this dude just don't want to work at all. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. That he's like, well, I mean, even though I'm still a dude out here in these streets, I'm able to work out with a $3,000 trainer every month. I still don't, like, even though I'm be strong as hell from all this weightlifting and training, I just want to be strong and sedentary. Sedentary. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sitting on his ass, laying around covered in coconut oil with his $1,000 drawers on. No. And the thing is that here's the difference. And I know people like, well, if it was a woman, Hadia, you wouldn't be saying that. This is the difference when it's a woman. Here's the difference. When it's a woman, you done took her time. You done took her off the market. You done took her time. So a woman, and especially if she had kids, she's going to need a $3,000 trainer to get her all the way together. And some of that training money is, of course, going to go to some nip and tuck and suckage and draw down and snap back. You know what I mean? But she needs that because she has a whole other battle. This Ken dude, he get in shape. The older he get, let's say he get a little gray in his beard, that's going to be more attractive, right? A gray in the beard, older man that's in shape but still kind of sad. It's going to be torrential vagina raining down on him. You get what I'm telling you? But we talking about Auntie Mary only got a couple of more years that she about to be doing that terrible dance that she do, and she dropping down on her kneecaps. She ain't got a lot of, listen, she got about one more album. She got about one more tour of doing all that dancing before she is on stage with a damn stool. One more tour. She ain't young. Auntie Mary is one tour from coming out with a gospel album on y'all ass. Her and Yolanda Adams. Oh, you hear me? Her, Kim Burrell. Mary is not about to be doing it. So how she gonna pay for all this? Y'all, this the last thing I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna leave it alone. This man want $5,732 a month for groceries. Do you hear what I'm telling you? A month for groceries. Are you opening a restaurant? Are you feeding the homeless? Are you opening a feed the homeless restaurant? What is happening? Who is eating $5,000 worth of food a month? A month? A month? When Trader Joe's got $2 bags of kale? No, you not. Even at your bougiest organic spot. No. No. I'm not doing it. No. Unless you are also paying to have human bodies blended up or melted down or on some matrix shit, unless you're going that far, unless you are doing some next level scientific ways of staying young, like, is this? No. So after reading this, I decided that Kendu is on a black ass shit list, because that was some black ass shit he did. But he's a piece of shit for it. So shout out to Kendu. And I'm definitely, this is definitely making me rethink marriage. If I never thought about, like, oh, if I'm gonna get married, my prenup game is going to be so ridiculous. Of course, I'm probably going to be old as shit before I get married, but don't think I'm going to be paying for your accessory. Don't think I'm going to be paying for your senior center fees. I'm not paying for you to join it. I'm not paying for you to go to McDonald's and read the newspaper. Woo! All right. Speaking of marriage and dating, I just read this. The cannibal cop is out in these streets, but he is dating. So here we go. Remember the cannibal cop that they found out that he was writing about chopping up his girlfriend and eating her, and not just her, but he had a whole bunch of other people in mind that he wanted to chop up and eat. And so they ended up throwing him in jail because they was like, you a cop, you might have access to this, and we just need to get you off these streets, period. Right? So he went to jail. Now, and then here's the thing. He was already on some dating sites, before he went to jail, and of course it came out and his name came out. So they was like, he was on Match.com, and as shitty as Match is, shout out to them for at least red flagging and catching that, because I could see. But I wonder how many chicks went on this date with him, and then later when the news came out, realized, yo, I was about to be beef stew for this. He was about to have me over some fava beans out this mug. So went to jail, went through the whole acquittal processes and everything, and then finally he's free, y'all. And he went to jail in 2014. Finally, he's out, and he's saying that it's mad chicks trying to date him. Now, I get it. Women, ridiculously crazy women out there. Dating is tough. I get it. You've been on Bumble, you've been on Tinder, you've been on Match, you've been on OkCupid, you've been on Plenty of Fish, you've been on Christian Mingle, you've been back on Tinder, you've been juggling Plenty of Fish and the Soul Swipe, which is, don't even get me started on Soul Swipe, but okay, boom. Although I was on Soul Swipe when it kind of started, but I was just like, yo, when I got to the end of Soul Swipe, that was the saddest shit. That was a super sad moment. When I swiped all the way to the end of Soul Swipe, I was like, like it just really felt like a part of me died, people. That's all I'm going to tell you. A part of me died. But of course, it was at the early stages of Soul Swipe. So I swiped to the end. I was like, oh, it was like I finished Candy Crush. And I was like, well, okay, let me take this off. Anyway, so I'm sure if I go on there now, it's mad people. So, I'm not dissing Soul Swipe. I just got on it too early. And then, it is what it is. But I get it. You're frustrated. You're like, damn, am I not? You've been on, what's the other one? eHarmony. And eHarmony, honey, is like a dating app / psychological evaluation / they trying to vet you for any of the government job. It's a lot going on with eHarmony. Like, I'm like, wow. And I just don't have the attention span and or energy and or time and or belief that some real good shit is going to come out of this. That shit is like taking a SAT. Not interested. And I know a lot of people who went through eHarmony and it was just a bunch of dudes who were pieces of shit. So it really makes you think, damn, you not only are you a piece of shit, but you might just be a psychopath if you went through that much on eHarmony to find somebody only to be trash. It's almost like you wasted not only your time, not only my time, but you wasted your time. You wasted 5 weeks of your life getting through the process of answering all these questions and then just to be on here on some bullshit. But whatever, I guess. You never know what people think. But my issue is, why are there always women ready to date psychopaths? You get what I'm telling you? Like, I just don't feel like, now granted, men love crazy women too. They love them. But not on the level that, not on the level that crazy women, like women love crazy men. What I mean by that is, of course, a dude will get with a chick who will punch his grandmama in the face, set her house on fire, shake his kids, do some, toss the baby out the car, little stuff like that. Like, they will get with that chick, and then you'll be like, what's up? What happened with Teresa? Yeah, she was tripping, but we trying to work it out. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of crazy. But women, what is up with women that they are like actively going to jails and hollering at dudes, like, or the chicks that was in love with Charles Manson and chicks that being like writing Jeffrey Dahmer type shit. Like, you can eat meat. Like, nah, it's not that kind of, it's just the permanent eat you out. Like, okay. So I just wonder about that. Like, what is that? Cause or are there actually dudes out there writing the crazy chicks in jail? Like, yo, I heard about your case. I know that you murdered your husband and murdered your kids and set them all on fire, then went back into the house and ate the ashes. But holla at your boy. Like, so maybe I'm wrong and maybe, I don't know. But, I say all that to say, if I ever get married and I have to pay my husband $3,000 for a personal, okay. That's sitting, y'all don't even understand how hard that's sitting with me. Beyond the $5,000 for the, so you can, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. All right. So what else is going on? It's just so much craziness going on out here. Here we go. A Florida woman, which, why is it every time I'm reading a story about crazy, it's always happening in Florida? I just met a dude from Florida and I thought he was cute. So I met a guy. I thought he was cute. When he said he was from Florida, I immediately was like, nope. Because Florida got too much shit going on, right? George Zimmerman, what they did to the sister that shot the warning shot. It's all, the kid that ate somebody's face. It was another dude that ate somebody's face. It's all in Florida. What is in the Florida air? Like I need conspiracy. Here we go. I hope I don't get shot for this. Is it that remember all I mean it's always a spill in the Gulf Coast. Is it the Gulf Coast? The Gulf of Mexico. It's always something. I told you I'm so tired. It's always a spill. It's always a spill down there. And you know it's always a spill because every once in a while you'll see that Dawn commercial where they put the soap on the duck and wash it off. Which, here's the thing that people aren't addressing about that. Dawn cuts the grease and gets the crude oil off of this duck. But aren't they burning this duck's eyeball? Ducks don't have eyelids. So a duck can't close his eyes. They're not like, okay, I'm about to wash your face. Close your eyes. They don't do that. They just washing this duck off. But dishwashing liquid burns in your eyes. So is it a bunch of blind duck? Like, oh, there's so many levels to this conspiracy now that I dove in. It's like when you dive into a pool and you don't realize that you were actually on the deep end of the pool and you expect your feet to hit the ground, but you still falling and falling and falling. Because what if those ducks that had the Dawn in their eyeballs was the ducks that flew into the plane that Captain Sully was? You see where I'm going with this? Okay. Maybe not, because then they was blind and they couldn't fly all the way up to New York. But maybe they did fly to New York. Maybe. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing a lot. Here's the thing, though. As I'm saying is, somebody out there listening is like, yo, and no, I'm not high. I'm just saying. So anyway. Is it then something going on in the water in Florida that's causing people to be crazy? So here's what happened in Florida. A Florida woman is accused of robbing a bank and having her father drop her off. A girl robbed a Florida bank and then had her dad drop her off at the bank because she told him she was going on a job interview. She white, but that's some shit. You a piece of shit for that little white girl. Her name is Chelsea Wilson. Side eye emoji. She looked like the first daughter. Remember the blonde daughter on Roseanne? What was her name? It was Roseanne. What was the daughter's? Blonde daughter on Rose. And what was that girl? What was her name? Sarah Gilbert. Darlene. She looked like the first Darlene. She looks like the first Darlene. Maybe she looks like the second Darlene. Let me see the second Darlene on Roseanne. I'm sorry, but I really need to look up this look. Is she the second Darlene or the first Darlene? Oh, she looked like. I just realized who the second Darlene is. The second Darlene is the one that was on Scrubs, which Scrubs was like my favorite show for. Oh my God, I love Scrubs. Wow. I just peeped that. Okay, so boom. The girl kind of looked like she looked like Darlene. Anyway, so this girl had her unsuspecting father drop her off at a TD Bank of all banks. I don't know. It's just something about a TD Bank. When I think about robbing a bank, I'm not going to rob a TD Bank. But maybe it was smart because I just don't feel like a TD Bank got that much money in there. Is that dumb? I'm sure they have loads of money. But I just feel like if I was gonna rob a bank, I would rob. First of all, I would do like set it off. I would rob some bank that's like local, just because I feel like their cameras would be there, but not really working. Like if I, oh God, okay. Police get there like, let's run the tape back. Actually, the tapes was broken 3 months ago, but we never got them fixed because we just never. So, so dumb. So this girl kind of looks like the second Darlene. Anyway, she has her dad drop her off at the bank saying that she's going in for a job interview. Okay. And then, so she gets in there, hands the teller a note, and this how you know movies is telling us too much shit, because she hands them a note that says, you have exactly 1 minute to give me all of your 50s and $100 bills from both your drawers, or I will shoot you. No die packs, no alarms. Follow these instructions and no one will get hurt. Act normal, right? I feel like that's something straight up that she saw on Set It Off / Ghost Town. What was that? What was that movie with Ben Affleck that was basically a rip off of Set It Off? Ben Affleck bank robbery movie. The Town. What did I say? Ghost. Oh, because they had the ghost faces with the nun. Anyway, so it looked like, yeah, that's how you know movies is telling us too much. I feel like if his movies was smart, they'll find a way to say certain things that's actually code for getting caught shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Just to, anyway. But here's the kicker. She only made off with $300. Y'all, she only made off with $300. Get back in the car with her dad. Now, this is where the story takes a turn for me. She's the dad when asked talk about he didn't know. He thought the cash was an advance that the daughter got from the job. Dad, what? That I feel like that right there, the dad was either in on it or the dad, no adult is going to think that a job is going to give you some advance. What do you think? Is she an ex-con? Is she no actual, she not going to work for a lawn care company, or she not going to work for your friend's home business and they just going to give her in what world does a corporation, a bank, anything give you an advance? When has that ever happened? You get advances from a spot like the laundromat, the local grocery store. But 9 times out of 10, that advance really is just slight prostitution money. I'm just saying. Either you gonna pay up then, or you gonna be paying up one of them late nights you gotta close and the boss is still there and he wanna grab your shoulders and talk about what a great job you doing, or he wanna come up to you and give you that sigh. You know, it's getting real tight around here. I'm, might have to let some people go, and I'm just trying to figure out who. Oh God, that's terrible, but I'm just saying. Like, what adult is going to believe that a bank is going to give someone an advance? And here's the other thing. If I was a dad, I would be mad as hell. Like, hold on. Not only are you putting my freedom in jeopardy, but you only got away with $300. Like, you a bad reflection on me, right? Because I feel like if you doing, I don't know. I just don't feel like a person would drag somebody in this shit that they actually love. There's some shit that you would do with your boyfriend or your homegirls and they don't know. Like, y'all on y'all way to school and you like, girl, I just need to stop by the bank real quick. Make sure you keep the car running, right? But to do this to your actual father, seems way cruel and it seems way far-fetched. But then again, it is Florida that's had a bunch of Gulf spills. And these people probably drinking oil water. I'm dead ass. I'm dead. Like, I'm convinced that there is I want someone to do a actual study and test of the of either the lead in people's blood, the air, the water, the food, specifically like the dirt. I need an actual test of Florida from the panhandle all the way across. Like, I need every inch of of Florida tested. Something ain't right. I'm telling y'all, right? I'm giving you the heads up right now. We might not be alive when they finally figured it out, but I'm telling you, our kids, y'all kids, gonna be sitting at home watching TV, and that commercial gonna come on. Did you ever go to Florida? Did you have Florida oranges? Call Dick, and Dick. Sorry, guys. I'm so childish. I don't even know why. Anyway, but no telling if this dad is gonna have to go to jail. Like, I just felt like what she did was way bogus, and it's just messed up. It's really, really messed up. And this girl looked young. She looked like that young white where it's like, you don't have to do this. Like, you blonde, you white girl, go to the strip club and go get some money. It's not that hard. Like, I feel like she didn't really try. She didn't try. Nobody talked to her about her real ass options. I'm not saying she needs to prostitute. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, girl, you young, you cute. Go strip. Girl, go strip. You in Florida. You know how many strip clubs? You can go strip, and you can be stripping at the grocery store, because I feel like they got strip club grocery stores in Florida. I'm just saying. A lot more options than you exhausted, ma'am. You should be ashamed of yourself, Chelsea. You should be shamed. Oh, this was nice. Some good news. Protesters that were beaten up at Trump rallies are getting together and suing the Trump campaign. Yes. No, not just the campaign. Suing the candidate himself. And I love it. Yes, I talk about black people suing all the time. Shout out to these dudes that they probably listen to my podcast and was like, you know what, this girl got a point. You know what we fist to do? And I could just see them coming into court with their sweater. The sweater still got like a Black Lives Matter pin or a very black pin. So on the low, they letting you know what it is, right? But it's like a vest, and they giving you the bow tie, but with a full neck brace. What was that? Was that Jamie Foxx when he got in a car accident with the girl, with the woman, and it was actually the woman from In Living Color, the white woman who was so freaking funny on In Living Color. And remember, she got in a car accident with Jamie Foxx, and then they did something, and she got up out the seat and started doing a Tootsie Roll. That's how you know it's old school as hell, because she straight got out the... Was she in a wheelchair? Anyway, digression. I'm sorry. So, basically, two activists have filed a lawsuit against Trump after they were beaten by a crowd at a Trump rally in Birmingham, Alabama last November. I'm not gonna read their names, but you know, well, yeah, I will. Whatever. It's on Mercutio Southall was beaten on camera while the person he was with, fellow activist Carlos Chaverts. I can't talk. Carlos Chaverts was allegedly pushed from the event by a group of attendees who chanted "All Lives Matter." And Trump encouraged the crowd to get him the hell out of here, will you please? Back in my day. Yeah, that Trump shit. So, kudos. And I hope more people do that. That little girl who was being pushed by those grown-ass men at that Trump rally, she should sue. Like, all these people, the dude that got hit in the face, and Trump like, well, if you do it, I'll pay your legal fees. No, bro, you about to pay for your own legal fees, because I'm about to sue you directly. So not only am I going to sue the person who did it, I'm going to sue you for inciting this bullshit. And honey, I would come in that mug with a prayer cloth. I would come in there with a prayer cloth. Oh shit, I can't even get it out. I would I would come in there with a prayer cloth cape on, okay? A halo. I would come in there with a sundress. Oh, I'm gonna get my money. Yes, neck brace, arm brace. They'd be like, this was back in November. I know, but I still gotta wear this cast. Ooh, they'd be like, what's that smell? I gotta wear icy hot. It's prescribed. Oh, snap. Yo, I would be. I mean, it's so disgusting. Why not? Why not? I mean, he ain't paying his federal taxes, which means he's not paying it to any of the programs that he, I'm not going to do this. I said I was going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But they about to sue Trump for $1 million. And it is yummy. Glorious. Glorious. I added an S on the end. The name. I know the song. The song is called Gloria. Yeah. Even though I'm young and you know what I'm saying, but I mean I just okay. All right. Finally, I saved the worst for last. So we can leave this podcast angry as shit. I said they got the draws. Shout out R.I.P. Tommy. That's one of my favorite episodes of Tommy when Martin put him on the stand. Oh, what does GTD mean? Oh, it means gonna drum. What? It means gonna drum. Your Honor, I'm asking him a question. He wants. It means I got the draws. Yeah, and Martin was like, he got the draws. Anyway, so R.I.P. Tommy. You was going to work that big job in the sky. Is back in the news. So remember when a couple of episodes back I talked about George Zimmerman being in that Gator Grill and getting into it with a dude who pulled a gun on him because he thought he was the dude that tried to kill George Zimmerman. Well, the dude that actually tried to kill George shot at George Zimmerman in a road rage incident was just sentenced to 20 years in prison for shooting at George Zimmerman, who was alive and walked away unharmed, who stood in court and to talk about it. He got 20 years in prison. Not only did he get that, it said he was also given a 15-year concurrent sentence for aggravated assault stemming from the same incident. So let me bring it back, but also take it back. Remember earlier in the podcast when I said, I don't know what's going on in Florida? This is what I'm talking about. Florida. What the... Listen, I need Al Gore down there. I need all of the scientists down there. I need NASA. I need NASA down there to align. You know what else? I didn't even think about this. When they send things out into space, they send it from Florida. I'm not playing right now. Like right now, I'm dead up between the ducks with the Dawn dishwashing liquid in their eyeballs going blind to the people eating people's faces. Something is up. I'm putting it out there. Hopefully I don't get murdered for this. I'm just telling y'all what I think. Something is going on in Florida. Because how does this even a little bit make sense? How does this, even with George Zimmerman dad being an ex-judge and all this other stuff, like how does this even a little bit make sense? So you're telling me that a man who killed a 17-year-old child, who continues to brag about it, who was just at the Gator Grill turned up bragging that he killed a 17-year-old, who is always in incidents, who stayed with a gun even though he ain't even supposed to have a gun because the man got a felony, who has brutalized his girlfriends, beat him up, all kinds of domestic violence cases. How is it that this dude gets to come to court and act like the victim, but somebody who just threatened him, shot at him, gets 20 whole years in jail? Actually, it's 35 because with the 15-year concurrent, blah, blah, blah. How, Sway? Like, I need answers to this. Who and what in who does he know? What dirt does George Zimmerman have on the people of Florida that they will not convict him, that he is never in the wrong? Like, I'm almost a step past anger to what? Like, that's where I am right now. It's not even about me being mad anymore. It's more about me being completely confused by what's happening right now. And then let me tell you something. I think he also listening to my podcast because I just watched a video of him in court and he is like, well, he got his little SpongeBob SquarePants shoulders stuffed into a little suit. The only thing he missing is a bow tie. But he's like, I was told, and then he all calm, and you know what I'm saying? But I don't even know it. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm mad. I'm more confused by this whole situation. I now have questions about what dirt George Zimmerman has. Does he have like sex tapes of these dudes like sleeping with kids? Does he have video? Does he have like what kind of blackmail information does he have on these people in Florida? Does his dad have old stuff from the 70s and these people know that not only can they not touch the dad, they can't touch him, but the idea that this man just shot at you in an open carry state. So yeah, it was wrong, but I can't imagine he should get more than 3 years. Nobody's dead. So I just don't know. And then the other thing is the dude is saying how, what really happened is the George Zimmerman was threatening him. And I could completely see that. As much as George Zimmerman liked to brag and talk shit and pop off like he's the man, even though he murdered a child, but whatever. As much as he likes to do that, I feel like I could absolutely see him being like, yeah, if anybody want to know how I get down, like, I'll kill you right here. I'll murder you. I'll splatter your brains right here on this I-75 or I-95 or whatever. Yeah, it's 95 South, 95 Florida, Miami. Okay, boom. I'll splatter your brains right here on this 95 South freeway. I could absolutely see him saying that. I can see him doing that. I wouldn't be surprised. If it was on video, I would not be. I'd be like, yep. Because now George Zimmerman feels like he's invincible. And it's almost like OJ. After OJ murdered Nicole, got away with it, no wonder he went and did some more dumb shit because he had, past tense, this false sense of who gonna check me. And then white people was like, oh, hi, we are. Here we are. Orenthal. We're going to check you. Hey, bud, right here. Let the checking begin. So, yeah, I can absolutely see that, which is the same reason why that dude punched him in the face in Florida, because I'm sure he was down there popping shit till it got all the way real and dude swung on him, and then he ran to the closet and called 911. So George Zimmerman, hopefully, the Florida thugs will come to their senses, and then this is the last thing I'm gonna say about Florida, and I feel like this is the last time I'm gonna talk about George Zimmerman. Like, I almost feel like I am feeding his energy of his bullshit force field. I'm feeding into him by talking to him. I feel like, not that I'm that powerful, but you know what I'm saying? The universe and the stars and the energy and the alignment and Mercury retrograde, like me talking. Anyway, so I have nothing else to learn in this story. I just wanted to report it, talk about it briefly, but I can't do anything. It's just at the point where I can't. But I am definitely open and interested in. I can't wait till Vice gets down to Florida to investigate what I'm talking about. CNN, TLC, not TLC. TLC is trash. But you know what I'm saying? Like Discovery Channel, National Geographics. I need some people down there to really do some serious sampling of Florida and what's happening there, because what the hell? Seriously. Dead ass. All right, y'all. That's it. We made it. We made it through. Thank y'all so much for listening. Hope y'all had a good time with me. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. You can go to Black Ass Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn, and I think Podbean. I'm still trying to get that sorted out. I feel like it's on there, but I don't know. But anyway, look for it, subscribe to it, tell your friends, share it, all that good stuff. Don't forget December 15th. I'm shooting my DVD right here in New York City. So if you are in New York, make sure you come out. Go and join the mailing list. You can go to bit.ly.com/HR Comedy DVD. Sign up for the mailing list, and I will keep you updated. We're just about to lock in our venue and all that stuff, so, and get ready for some giveaways and guest lists and all that stuff. So take the time right now. You got 3 tasks today, maybe 7, but here it is. Subscribe to the podcast. Of course, go to my website, hrcomedy.com, and follow me on all social media. And make sure you go to bit.ly/HR Comedy DVD and subscribe to the podcast. And if you're in New York this weekend, you can catch me at Caroline's on Broadway, rocking out with the very hilarious Damon Lemon from Comedy Knockout, as well as Geico, MTV's Geico. So come check us out. I'm out here. I'm in these streets. I'm getting up. I'm doing shows. Thank y'all for hanging out, laughing with me. I'm Hadia Robinson, y'all. This is Black Ass Podcast. Bono.